wipe the bean?
Oh yeah, it's clean. Yep, for sure. What you think? Look at it real quick. That's a good angle.
A lot of people don't know, Tune, that they be buying these $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 cameras. You don't need that. All you need is a phone. Phone does the same thing.
Yeah.
Does the same thing. There's all kind of attachments you can actually put on the phone to make it,
Yep,
more.
right there. So whenever you...
Okay, I'm ready. You guys ready?
All right, ready. Oh,
That'll
and
be ready out.
before we start, ain't nothing taboo.
Nothing taboo.
Anything you want to ask,
Okay.
ask it. Ain't no
Okay, so what I do, what I like to do is go from anywhere from 10 minutes to 20-minute intervals, and I'll kind of raise my finger, and that'd be like lock the door at that point.
Okay.
Okay, and other than that, I don't have. We ready, man.
Let's shoot it.
Let's go.
East side.
Let's go. Stand up. Man, so who are we with today?
Mr. Cartoon53, man.
5'3". What does that really mean, cartoon? I say hear the 5'3", but give us a little detail what that 5'3" stands for.
I'm from East Side Fire Travel on Gangster Crib. And so with the social media stuff, you got to have a unique handle. So instead of just being plain with the cartoon, I just put the 5'3" on the end.
Got it. So cartoon, growing up, right? What was it that initially attracted you to 5'3"?
Like I did a video, and I said because of where I grew up at, I could have been 5'3" or I could have been 4'3". But what really got me was I heard two girls coming out of the store one day, and they were crying because a blood dude had slapped one of them. And so when I'm listening to them as they walk past me, and she said, "I bet they won't go in South Park and mess with those Crips." It was a lock after that.
So that just in that instant with that situation, because I think a lot of us, where we come from is trauma based. We can't ignore that part, based on the experience of your age or what happened at a particular age. But let's get to it. What schools you went to?
What grades?
Starting from elementary on.
Elementary school, I went to 49th Street School. That's right there on 49th and Avalon.
What year was that?
Oh shoot, I'll be 60 in 2 months, so you might have to do the math. That was back in the 70s, you know what I'm saying?
Back in the 70s. So, and the reason why I asked that, because the Crips had started roughly. I mean, we know Raymond did 69, but 71, 72 is when the train started blowing smoke and people started jumping on for the ride. So, you say, we'll say 73, maybe 74.
Okay.
Maybe, 74, 75.
Right.
I believe that's around about the year. Okay, after then, when you got to middle school, did the dynamics change? Because elementary school be pretty much like safe environment, but when we get to...
Well, I'm going to give it to you. For me, going to school where I went to school at, of course, that whole area was, was gang orientated, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I had knew from a child that when I got older that I was going to be a Crip. And a lot of people say, how is that? I had an older cousin. Before I even knew what a Crip was, they'd ever heard of the word Crip, didn't know nothing about it. I had an older cousin that was from Compton. He was from Spooktown. And when he would come over, he would always tell me and my other cousin who lived with me, he would thump us in the head. Y'all gonna be Crip. He had a little saying. He used to say, I'm ruler of the east side, Capone of the west side. I'm Mac, woo, 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 Compton. And I used to wonder what he was talking about. I'm like, man, what this fool talking about, And as he, gonna be a Crip, didn't know what it was. So when I got older and finally got up on, okay, I'm gonna be a Crip. So I was just biding my time. So when that time came, I jumped in feet first,
Did you know his name?
Yeah, they called him Mac.
Mac, okay. And he's from Spooktown.
Yeah, he's from Spooktown.
Okay, yeah. Spooktown has been around for a while. There's a lot of good dudes over there. Well, okay, anyway, I want to also venture down where you ran into Crazy Ray, right?
Yeah, my dog.
Okay. How long had you and Crazy Ray been friends before you guys, or did you guys Crip together, or did you guys... Okay.
We knew each other, you know what I'm saying? Ray stayed right there on 53rd. We knew each other, as kids coming up. Mm-hmm. And when we banging, I think he started before me, but boom, once we started doing it, me and his cousin, he had a cousin from the set, the homeboy Looney. Now me and Looney was tight at first. And me and Looney kicked it, because now, me and Looney coming up as kids, we the one we used to put our heads together at elementary school, like, yeah, homie, man, get on, be from the set, Like, yeah. So anyway, once we started banging, I see the homie pack, in every set, everybody got their own little crew they hang with. I see Cuz over there, he'll see me, we boom boom. But it seemed like one day, I don't know how it just come about, we went to rubbing elbows and kicking it and found out, you know what I'm saying, we was birds of a feather, just looked different.
What was it about Crazy Ray that just made you like, man, this is my guy?
He was a calming factor for me. We was like this, but we were opposite. Okay, I was the type. Say we in traffic, me and him, and I was a runaway train on the street. I mean, I'm talking back in the '80s. That gang thing had me so inundated it didn't play. I was the type. If I'm driving and we stop at a red light, and I look at you, I'm gonna hit the setup quick. I'm gonna do that. Man, don't look, don't throw up what I don't want to see. Don't even smirk your nose, your face, anything like that. I'm dumping, I'm busting off the rip. Didn't care nothing about nothing. It was different back then. We didn't have on cameras and stuff, but I was like just going up top like that for a minute. Now, Ray was the type, he didn't do that. If you get into it with him, he was the type like, all right, homie, no problem, partner, cool. But now, if that situation happened on the Monday, you dead for Friday.
That was Crazy Ray.
Yeah, that was Ray.
How did he get that name?
He was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was just crazy. The homie was crazy.
What gave you the name? Who gave you the name Cartoon?
I'm named behind OG Businessman Cartoon, my big homie. Who I was just talking to this morning. I'm trying to get him to do a documentary on the businessman. And I always liked his name. I always dug his name. It was so unique to me. And it was more for me because, like I used to tell people, I was a gangster nerd growing up. I collected comic books and, did all that. So when I peeped the homie Cartoon, I'm like, man, that fit me. That fit me. And I told him, boom, right to this day, he called me namesake. He's like, yeah, namesake.
You do have a funny side to you.
Oh,
you got a serious side, and you also got a humorous
clown
side.
and hard.
Yes. But explain to me the dynamic between Baby Knot and Crazy Ray, because they both were family members, but yet they came two different sides.
Well, see, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think, they always hear Crazy Ray and Baby Knot, and they think it's just them two. People don't know. No. They family way bigger than that. Ray, it was way more. From off the villain side, it's 4, 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? More brothers and sisters and all that, uncles on the villain side. Then on the Avalon side, it's a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, the G homie Doc Rob, that's Ray brother too. And
really?
It's it's like 4, 5 on the Avalon side, 4, 5 on the villain side. But Crazy Ray and Baby Knot were the two most popularest ones, so that's what they think. But yeah, those who grew up over there, they villain. All the homies who grew up over here, Avalon.
Man, wonder what those Thanksgiving dinners was like.
They got along for pretty much the most part, because one of the things, I remember as a kid coming up, Ray used to always tell us, Ray say, man, I don't care what you do to the rest of the villains, do not touch my brother. Do not touch my brother. And it was many times I was over there putting in work, and other homies who had Baby Knot dead bang. Had him dead bang. And like, no. That's Ray brother. Let him go. You know what I'm saying?
That's respect, man. That's respect. Here go a deeper question. Do you think if we give too much airspace to where we're from versus being black men?
You know what? That to me, that's something that you're not even gonna contemplate till after you go to prison. On the streets, black men, you know what I'm saying, especially coming up when we came up, the black man part didn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? That's something you don't get conscious of self. You don't get conscious of who you are, where you from, and your ancestry till you go to prison and sit down, start picking up books, start reading, and learn this. See, that's one of the things the BGF used to be so mad about with us, because they were for the blackness. We wasn't. We coming in straight banging, straight cripping, straight blood. You feel what I'm saying? And they couldn't understand that. They didn't like that. But in this, do we put it ahead of time? like I say, that's something that changes. At first we do, yeah, because I did. I didn't care about no black, no none of that. All I cared about was Crip. But now, as you get older and get more conscious, I believe we switch over and put our race ahead of it, especially if you're living in California, because we subject to be extinct at the way things are going.
I think we only did what we see and saw. That was just a reenactment, because we had Tookie, we had Raymond, we had Mac Thomas, we had Black Johnny down there where you guys were at, right? Just to name a few. But I think some of the things that we saw them do, we would just, because where did the buffing come from? Where did it come from getting big and want to have that particular look?
Right.
You know, those guys set precedents in order for us, you know, for us to follow and be, you know, in other words, take up that map, because that was the map to Crippism, right? Am I correct or wrong?
It's true. That comes back to like the title of my book, A Product of My Environment. We were products of our environment. What we seen, you know what I'm saying, me as a kid growing up, running through South Park, I'm seeing my big homies, you know, they were our idols. They were the father figures that we didn't have in the home. So of course, when we see them, we gonna idolize them. This is what we want to do. If my big homie had on some starched 501s that was so starched it was flaking off, then I made sure me as a kid growing up, when I got old enough, my 501s were starched. If my homie walked a certain type way, I was gonna walk that certain type way. You know, this is stuff as a kid growing up, we practiced doing this. So yeah, what we seen is what we became, a product of our environment.
Right. True or false? You can't destroy a street nigga reputation on the internet or the social media. You got to do that manually on the streets or in the penitentiary where it was built at.
I say false.
Why?
Because this social media thing that got so strong, man, you can liquidate, eviscerate, annihilate a person's whole background, who they are, their reputation and all that on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so enthralled with what's being said on the internet, they taking it and run with it. And you can lie on a person, say this, and this, and people people gonna believe it. You know, we won't say everyone, but you got a lot of people that will believe it and start looking at you funny. You feel what I'm saying?
So would it be fair to say that those individuals are information poor because they didn't look at the whole picture, the whole scenario, the whole play? In other words, there's a lot of people pulling strings and targeting certain people for various reasons, but just because we see something don't make it true.
That's true.
Or somebody saying something don't make it true.
But you got to understand the type of mentality of people you're dealing with. Not everybody gonna take the time to break it down and analyze it like that. They just gonna sit here like fat women eating bonbons, looking at soap operas, and believe any and everything they see and hear on the internet.
What is it about our culture that we love that drama, that we so attracted, we so engaged in drama that we run to it like it's dope?
You know what? That's a good question. Especially when you ask it about our race, being caught up in that. I really don't know, man. But you're right. We as black people, we love it. And I'm not going to exclude me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I walk on water or nothing. I'm human too. You know, I get caught up in the mess. Especially like in this social media. You can say positive stuff. Don't nobody want to hear that, homie. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear who done snitch, who finna get beat up, who shot who, and who kicked who in the behind. You know, who said this and that about it. It is what it is.
What was the protocol during your time for snitching? There was a protocol, right?
Right.
But I heard another person say that, we don't need that no more. We put it on the internet and let them do the work.
And that's pretty much what they doing, man. Things change. You know, I just did a video. I did a reaction to a little essay what he was saying, and a lot of people didn't like what I was saying, but what I was saying was the truth. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, especially, you know, gangbangers or whatever, in LA, after generation, it seems to me like each generation get weaker and weaker. It ain't what it used to be. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's to the point where now snitching is acceptable nowadays. Yeah, they gonna get on the internet and say this and this and this, but the same people, the same person that they talking about gonna be in the hood every day, kicking and rubbing elbows with his homeboys. Now, yeah, he gonna have his homeboys that's gonna talk behind his back and say this and this, but as far as confronting him on it, the way it would have happened in our day and age, homie, that don't really happen no more. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the rat is a killer or got hands. They not gonna confront it.
Or a big family.
You know what I'm saying? They not gonna confront it. They gonna know that what's being said about him was said or what he did, but as far as them stepping up like, hey, cuz, check this out, homie, to the back. Man, that's over.
Is that where the word selective politics come from?
Selective politicking, you know what I'm saying? I call it fear politicking.
Mm-hmm. There was a time when we could just look down the street and say, damn, here come the Crips.
Right.
Or, damn, here come the Pyrus. Can't do that anymore.
No,
Why?
because they're going to say, dang, here come the Mexicans. You know.
Why we can't distinguish what I'm saying? Because we saw the Crips, they were all blue. We saw the Bloods, they was all red. You knew who they were. But now when you look at them, you don't know who they are.
The watered downism, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? The younger generation come about, they talk about, we don't want to do the color thing no more. You feel what I'm saying? Then they, you know, I was in the projects last night talking with some homies about it. And, you know, I be getting on homies, they be like, I be like, man, cuz, now you ain't jumping in the foot, you know what I'm saying? I might come to LA. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was when I first got out. Now I understand that the color line has been gone. It's gone. But, and you know, they like, tune, you ain't got, nah, homie, I respect what y'all doing. No, I take that back. I don't respect it, but I understand it. I'm not gonna never wear red or burgundy. It's just not my thing. I wasn't raised that way. I didn't come up that way. I don't really know how to do that. I was indoctrinated different. And they like, man, but tune this. I'm like, homie, we got too many homies. Too many that died for that color, homie. To just throw it away? To just act like they sacrifice ain't nothing? No, homie, not me. I'm a Crip, homie, and I wear blue.
Doing my travels or when I was away going to the university, I like to put it, I knew of Doc Rob, never met him, but I knew his reputation. Young Cuz and Van Duke and Evil, I was on the line with them cats right there. Them some good dudes,
I see all in the mall.
Yeah. Well, definitely give them my love, man.
Okay, man.
And Lead Dog also, man. Big, tall, dark-skinned Lead Dog.
Big Lead Dog,
Yeah. Them right there. I've been with them guys right there. So they some real good dudes. So definitely give them my love and tell them I appreciate them, you know, when we was behind them under them circumstances and situations, what we had to do. But, so you talked about growing up, but who was your influence? There had to be somebody. I mean, you talked about Big Cartoon, who was a businessman, right? But on the Crip side, who was that influence?
Oh, cuz, that's easy, man. My G homies, my big homies, man. Doc Rob, you know, Brownie, Big Sleepy, Henry Brown, Reggie Brown, Baby J, Fats, OG Big Herc. You feel what I'm saying? All knockout artists, man. Them the homies, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Them the homies I would see in the park, you know what I'm saying? Them the homies I would see get into it with the businessman when they thought they was gonna keep South Park and wasn't gonna let the Crips up there. No, homie, my G homies say, cuz, this fire trap line park now. Y'all got to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, little kids see the homies posted up. That's my influence. That's my influence. Yeah, the homies, you know?
Lock the door. Appreciate that. We finna go into
Cartoon went in.
Yeah, we finna go into part two. Part two.
You gotta have
Cartoon, Professor Millie Man, the Hood Postman. Talk to me about 4800. What was that like?
Oh, Crib Central, homie. Crib Central, man. You know, at the time when you come into the county jail, you had some homies, because now what the homies in 4800 used to do when they called to the streets, you know what I'm saying? They would let homies know, hey, cuz, y'all get locked up in the county jail, man, come to 4800. Because 4800 was an environment to where it was a numbers game, you know what I'm saying? So if you was in there and your set was short, you was lying to get the short end of the stick. So, you know, you wanted your homies in there. So here it is. That's when OSS was going around to Fuga, Devil from Hoover, a gang of homies. You know what I'm saying?
To the 9,000 floor.
Yeah, exactly that, because that's where they got me at. And they be looking, they see a homie they know, hey, boom,
come on home.
They get your wristband. You know what I'm saying? You coming on over there, but up in there, once you got up in there, though, when Pete the scene, he was like, okay, this where it's at. You know, that was man, look here, man, that was ground zero for the cripping up at that county jail, man. If you was up in 4800 and you wasn't no buster, no mark, and you was handling your business, it was it. Shoot, it was it, homie. Yeah.
Do you think the sheriffs took advantage of that because of the camaraderie and the love that the Crips had for one another? They used it as an intelligence gathering campaign because we were so eager to be around one another, but at the same time, the upside for them was intelligence gathering.
Right. Yeah. That, you know, we didn't realize it at that time, but they most definitely did that, because right across the hallway from 4800 was OSS office. And like a lot of time we'd get out the cell or something, get out the block, be trying to get up down the hallway, but we'd go right over there. You know what I'm saying? Officer Bird and all of them over there, because they got stacks of, I'm talking about, you know, stacks of pictures, you know what I'm saying, say when you get popped on the streets by the one time you got a gang of pictures of your homie in the car. Them going to OSS gang files. So, we would go over there and try to go through their file. Of course, I'm going over there to steal a box of cookies because I'm hungry. I want some cookies. But now, homies over there, trying to steal pictures and they'll be sitting up, get comfortable, running their mouth with them, about stuff going on the street. So, they got a lot of info up out of 4800.
Some of the things that happened in 4800 wasn't necessarily good or right for certain individuals, but how deadly was it for anybody to try to come to 4800 and say, hey, I'm from such and such, I'm here. Explain that. What would take place? Man,
bad deal, homie. Bad deal. Yo bad. You come up in there and you not from your set that you claiming. Oh man, you was lucky to even make it up out of there. Or like you was asking about the snitching thing earlier. Come up in 4800, homie, and you got a rat jacket on you and we can prove it. His homies in there got stomped to death. Ask the Vinny show line. That's far I'm gonna go with that one. But get killed up in there, homie. You finna get it. And a lot of people want to know, it's a gang of fools come up in there, got raped, got beat up, got killed, got stoned, got the whole hookup. You can't be no mark. You just couldn't be no mark. You downstairs in the cell, you might be in the cell with 4 or 5 of your enemies, and you the only one. But you got a gang of homies up on Charlie Road, Denver Road, Baker Road, whatever. And you get to bumping down there, then you punk the game because 2 of them pack you out or something. You punk the game, you can't do that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna get on the gate and holler up top, hey man, your homie down here doing woo woo wah wah wham. Like what? Because man, we don't even want him. He ain't from the set no more. It's a done deal, homie.
Yeah, he out of there. I know I was in the cell one time. It was Gangster Brown and Dwight Niblett and a couple of others. I can't remember all the names. But anyway, they,
Big Dwight, H. Hoover?
Yeah. But at that time, Marcellus and Gangster was running the line on there, So, but anyway, it was all good. Even though I was only Compton in there, no problem. They would respect who I was and who they was at the same time. But knowing that sometimes, like you mentioned, when you got a lot of homies in there, what are the consequences if you do something to this guy? What's going to happen?
They coming.
They coming.
They come when you gauge right. They coming. Man, I seen a ride one time. Well, it wasn't no ride. It was a little miniature one. Okay, at one time it was so many of us they had to open up 4700. So now when they opened up 4700, they had to take certain sets, all 48, and put them in 47 to fill it up. We only had one side. The Mexicans had the other side, and but anyway, all the 9-0s were in 4700 already. You could definitely not put them in 4800. So they about 17 deep over there. So when all the sets came over, boom. So now the Watts car came. They was about 50 deep. You know how they roll. And they got into it one day. Man, Donut got into it with Poupe from Gray. And man, look here. 17 versus 50, bad deal.
Yeah, that's a bad
deal. Now Ghost from I know he was doing all he could, but 17 on 50, bad deal.
Yeah, bad deal. Definitely. What about the fart sack, man?
Oh man, I put a dude in the fart sack one time. He was in there claiming that he wasn't no crib. He said he was a crib, but he wasn't no crib. And he was in the cell, and so we standing, we in the cell talking, and out of nowhere, fool laying on the bunk. He like, man, I need a candy bar, blood. And you said that in 4800, and we look, what you say? Come to find out, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he wasn't no blood, he wasn't no crip. He was a dingbat for real, you know what I'm saying? He was a J-cat. But at the time, in the county jail, we bored, we looking for something to get into. In the far sack, he go, beat with the books, beat with the shower shoes, you know what I'm saying? Hung from the bars, pulling them way back here, wham, slammed them into the bar. You know how we used to do it in the crib module?
Yeah, and strip them down, put that sour stripper on them.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I used to hear him hollering at night about that shower shoe.
Yeah, a lot of people, talk about that incident, but I always like to think that, because right now I'm in the process of writing up a class action lawsuit against the county of Los Angeles for 4800, and I'll give you the details later, but legally, it was illegal.
Yeah.
It was very illegal what they did, because the sheriffs was definitely involved with Deputy betting deputy, you know,
Oh, yeah,
influence on
tried to
who
fight
was
us.
fighting gladiator fights and
But now you was in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got their hand full because, you know, after a while, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, in 4800, we got tired of that mess. We used to go eat.
right.
And they try to pull a homie out, you know, single him out, you know, saying, you know, the whole 4800, the whole line used to stop. They keep it moving, go in the kitchen, man. We ain't going nowhere, homie, till you put Cuz back in the line. Put him back in here with us. You know, that's when they broke 48 and 47 down. They couldn't deal with us too much. When they opened up 2123 and 2600, they wanted to get us in single man cells so they could deal with us one on one.
That last time I was in there, I was in 2100 Charlie Row.
Right. I left 47 and opened up 21. I opened up 4700 and I opened up 2123.
Okay. What was it about 4800 that was different about to 47 and 21? I think 48 was more rowdy, more dangerous, more treacherous, cutthroat.
You know, that used to be a big argument back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people used to say, man, they took all the weaker sets and put them in 47. Oh, you calling the whole Watts car weak? You know what I'm saying? You calling the Harlems weak, the Outlaws weak? I mean, you know, how you gonna say that? But you know, it was a competition thing. Oh, we 4800, we 4700. But now, the reason why they gonna look at 4800 a little bit more than that because it was first. You know what I'm saying? All the drama went down first in 4800. All the sex in LA, you know what I'm saying? LA County and LA was all shoved into 4800. So they looking at that like, you know, that was the melting pot for destruction. And it was. But once they opened up 47, it wasn't no harder. It went down in 47, went down in 48.
I think it was a lot of people that came in there with like a demonistic spirit, they had demon attitudes, and that traumatized the whole 48. And what I mean by that, they was engaging in they had some ideas already in their mind about what they were going to do to certain individuals when it came to, man on man or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think that right there part is what took everything out of place and made everything get like really worse. What's your perspective on that?
You're correct, but what I'm saying is that mentality was prevalent in 4700 too.
Okay.
It was both of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not excluding either one bond.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, they don't like how it's going. They'll take whole sets from 47 and put them in 48 and bring over all these cats and put them over here. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that happen several times, but
and that's the politic game amongst the police.
Right. Yeah, that too. And you got to look at it. You remember that in that county jail, especially in the module, man. You in there bored, ain't got nothing to do. After a while, you gonna go to tripping. You can't wait till somebody come in there that's bad or go wrong or do something wrong, so you can just do something to break up the monotony, you know. And just in there, you know, a bunch of wild fools acting a fool. That's all it was.
When you first encountered Blue Notes, CCO, and Vanguard and all this other stuff that Quadres, and I don't mean to belittle it or anything. Mm-hmm. I think it was necessary because of the education aspect and the discipline and keep people in line, because like you said yourself, we were some wild dudes that was entering into a system that we really didn't have a clue about, but at the same time we were going to be more stronger collectively than divided. What was your thoughts on it when you first encountered it?
When I first heard it, when I was in 4800, and I ran into the homie Turtle from Avalon Guards. Mm-hmm. And that's who originally indoctrinated me. But as I sat there and I listened, I was like, well, cuz.
He actually wrote a book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And I asked him, I said, well, cuz, what's up with this? You feel what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, as he broke it down to me, even, you know what I'm saying, even at a young age, I was about that unity and that structure. Because I knew at a young age, without structure, you ain't got nothing. All you have is an organized chaos, really. So when he broke it down to me, you know, I'm like, man, I'm with it, homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. And I met other homies that was in there that was Blue Notes. The indoctrination of ill feelings towards CCOs hadn't really hit me yet until I got to the system. But it's structure. It was structure. Now, of course, you know, a lot of dudes who was ill-educated on what Blue Notes and CCO was about, they went off what they were told. Oh, they gonna slide this under your cell. They gonna do this to you. They gonna do that to you. They gonna make you hit your own homie. That was just, now, I'm not gonna lie. Now, the CCOs, they had one or two problems about having homie from the same set hit each other. You feel what I'm saying? But that wasn't a Blue Note thing. Man, I don't give a damn what part of organization I was from. I'm not finna hit another Avalon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna do it. Now, at push come to shove, I might say, cuz if it gotta be done and this is what it is, you have somebody else. But me personally, cuz I'm from Avalon, I'm not gonna hit another Avalon. Yeah, I'm a Blue Note, but I'm not finna hit another Avalon. And some dudes, you know, took that stand, some dudes didn't. But at the end of the day, it helped me, you know, it enhanced me, you know, it showed me a whole lot of stuff that I didn't know. And like you know how it went. You got some homies that accepted you being under paperwork, and you got some homies that didn't accept you being under paperwork. It is what it is.
What was your biggest obstacle in that? You know, in regards to sometimes people hear things, they have selective hearing,
Right.
and how they comprehend things can be selective as well. So when you dealt with somebody that, say for you dealt with somebody from your section that was a cold line pushing, but he didn't understand the structure thing, how did you explain that to him?
It happened to me. It happened to me. I'm gonna say the homie name, like the homie Capone from Nutty Block. You know what I'm saying? That's my comrade. He Blue Note. We get into it on the yard in Corcoran one day with the Long Beach car, and so my homie Q Ball from 11-6 Avalon, he was with me. So when we go check on it, because they had an issue with another little homie that was from Fire Trey, and so I just hit the yard like 2 days prior to that. So when I heard about it, I'm like, what, cuz? Boom. You know what I'm saying? I had another homie with me, like our enemies, the Four Trays, but the homie Ant Dog from Four Trey, he was a Blue Note. So you know what I'm saying? We moved in accordance. And when we got there, you know, certain stuff happened, this, that, and that. But because of that confrontation, people found out I was a Blue Note. So now the homie Q Ball did. So when he heard it, he was like, you know what, cuz, you under paperwork? I'm like, yeah, I'm under paperwork, homie. You know, oh no, I can't expect that, homie, cuz, woo, this Avalon. I'm like, cuz, I'm from Avalon too. No, you from that. That's cuz, all right, take it how you want to, say it how you want to say it. And that happened in 1989. Cuz right to this date, me and the homie don't speak. He stopped speaking to me, and we have not, you won't, you know. But now, you know, some homies take it that way, and some homies don't, you know. That was one of my biggest obstacles when I would run across other Avalons that were just like, man, you know, I don't want nothing, man, you know. And it hurted me, you know what I'm saying? Because, homie, at the end of the day, I'm from Avalon, I love y'all. But I'm a Blue Note.
Okay. So, but at that time, how much time did you have to serve?
At that, I think I did 11. No. I had 11 on that. I did 8. I did 8 years at that time. I've been in prison like 4 or 5 times.
When was the first time you were in prison? What year?
86.
86. So that was like maybe the downside of CCO and the upside of Blue Note, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
Because when the little thing started, you know, yeah, like you say, so much stuff that went on with the CCOs that, you know what I'm saying, you had people abdicating, jumping out, getting away from it, and just didn't want nothing to do with it no more. And at that time, Blue Notes were pretty much at their height, at their strongest, you know. And, you know, it went how it went. Well, I don't want to go too deep into the little issues, but at the end of the day, you know, Blue Notes prevailed.
I was always interested in the essays and the quiet time and the ability to write book reports and the structure of that. You know, I thought that was really, really good, especially for a lot of individuals that was coming from the streets that probably was information poor, didn't get, they got an indoctrination. Because all education coming through the public school is indoctrination. So now you get some history based on your own culture, your own people. I think that really went over well because a lot of people became really addicted to that. They wanted to read it. Once they read one book, they wanted to read another and another and another and another.
Yeah, you know, homie, you had a gang of homies that was coming to prison that couldn't read or write. You know, couldn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? They were stoned down soldiers for they set. But they didn't know their history, they past. They couldn't read, they couldn't write, they couldn't do none of that. Now, I ain't gonna lie, some of the stuff that the BGF, you know, trickled down to the CCOs and all that was some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, I still call them puppet masters. But that's where the structure came in at.
I just recently did a historic, went back in history where it went from Wolfpack to BGF to eventually CCO and Blue Note and all, so on and so forth. But what I understood that the same problems that existed right today existed then. You know, when I saw when D.W. Nolan got knocked down, when I saw Sheik Thomas that got took out in the yard because he didn't want to be part of something that was necessary. You know what I mean? And he was a hog. You know, he actually Buford Beard and what they call Motor, and then Death Row Jeff. No, Slim, Death Row Jeff. They actually attacked him, but they had to break both his legs before they could get him. He was just that strong. He was one of them dudes that pushed the lawnmower and forced him with no motor.
Right.
You know, he was one of them guys right there. But, you know, and then when I looked at everything else, I saw that where they had the Central Committee and all that. And then I was like, oh, that came from Wolfpack initially, or that came from the BJF. I saw a lot of things that were similar to what the CCO and Blue Notes had was similar to those guys.
But see, you know, when you say CCO and Blue Note, when you dealing with them cats, we did not like them. Blue Notes. You know what I'm saying? My indoctrination was don't even talk to a BGM. Don't have nothing to do with them, because you got young black men coming in. You already know our brain's like a sponge. You know that's when you go to learning about your history, your past. So we will suck up all the knowledge we can. And see, BGFs had a good mouthpiece. They were good manipulators. They knew how to get in the young brother's head and like tell him this, and this. And they like, yeah, next thing you know, a month, 2 months later, the little homie walking the yard with whoever, like, cuz, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? When I was in Hyde Park in the county jail, I used to talk to a dude named Yo 2. And my respect came to him because he was in his 60s and he would get up and do 2,006 count burpees every morning at 4 o'clock. Every morning. I'm like, dang, man, this old dude, you know what I'm saying? So I would, talk to him here, talk to him there. And it got to the point to where a lot of stuff he was telling me, I'm like, oh, man. It got to the point where I used to always want to go to the bars and, when they let me out of a shower to really, conversate with this cat. But the homies peeped it. They were like, hey, cuz, what you doing? Oh, man, no, kill that homie. Don't even talk to him. So I just stopped talking to him, And about the third time I was going to shower, wouldn't even say nothing to him or look at him. I was passing by about the fourth time. He said, I understand, young brother. I understand. I know what's going on. I understand. I just, shrugged my shoulders, let him know, yeah, man, I got to, back up off you.
There it is, man. Well, what can I say, man? Lock the door. Now we finna get to the part. I want to get to the part about the 4 trades, 4 deuces, 4 sixes, and also I'm gonna ask you about Charleston White and G-Face.
And 600, wherever we.
600, yeah, 600.
You put that in your notes.
Yeah, 600, yeah. Matter of fact, I might start off with 600. Okay, let's go. Professor Bentley on the Hood, Postman, back again with my guy, cartoon53, Trey Avalon. Talk to me about the situation with you at 600. You guys were actually supposed to be in a match. Talk to me about that. Because I don't want people to know it's not on your end. You ready to go, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, explain it.
Well, first off, let me let the world know, because they think me and Cuz beefing. We don't beef. I can get on the phone and call him right today. Me and Cuz don't beef. We ain't never had a problem. We ain't never really been into it. I pushed the line on wanting to fight him because he was a big dude. I got a motto. I don't fight small people. I don't fight people that's smaller than me. You either got to be my size or be bigger. And I looked at it, from a YouTube aspect. I said, you know what? He was started popping because of the drama he was getting into in his section. So people would start really noticing and noticing his name. I'm like, okay, you know what? If me and Cuz got down, it would enhance my channel. It'd help him, it'd help me. So I reached out to him through CMAC and told him, I said, man, tell your homie, man, let's just get out for the culture. Let's, put the gloves on and do something. And he reached out. I couldn't get a response at the time. And then I reached out to him again through somebody else. I didn't get a response. But I seen him on No Jumper, and he was talking to Adam. He was talking to Brick Baby, and G-Face was there too, and Adam 22 about it. And he would say, so Brick Baby asked him, "You would get out with Tune?" And he said, "Yeah." And I heard him click it, click. You know what I'm saying? I got him now. You know what I'm saying? So I made a video off that. I was like, "Hey, cuz, you just said, yeah, you would get out with me, so let's do this." So from that, we ended up getting in contact with each other. He was like, "All right, homie, we can do it." It ain't no thing. And I had to let people know, like I said, it ain't no beef. So it was supposed to be December 14th. Right before I bought my ticket, I got in contact with him, and he's like, December was a blackout date. He can't do nothing in December. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. Well, what's up? He said, well, look, let's push it back to February 17th, and I'll fly you out. I said, okay, well, look, well, let's do this. why don't you come on my show and let the world know, you know what I'm saying, the reason why. So he did. He came live. I don't know why people didn't see it. They still ask me, when is the fight? When is the fight? So, you know, he came on. He let the world know why he couldn't get out in December and why, you know, we pushing it back to February. So, you know, there it is there. So when February come.
So none of this is personal. It's just business.
Oh no. I like the fella. I like the guy. Okay. Me personally, you know, we done did promos and all that. Went to dinner together and all that. And you know, I know a lot of other people don't like him. He never did nothing to me. So, and you know, from his conversations that we had, you know, I like him.
Okay, a while back you was at a concert, I imagine, and you ran into Charleston White and Dewberry. What was that about?
Okay, somebody let me know that Charleston White and Dewberry was coming to Alabama for a comedy tour. So when I checked on it, found out, okay, they coming. So now I said, I let my people know, my homies out there know. I'm like, well, cuz, look, when they come in, we going. They what gonna do? I said, no, we ain't going for no drama. I say, cuz that was so old. I've never really had nothing with Charleston anyway. You know, me and Dewberry was the one that had words back and forth. But by the time they showed up in Alabama, I had been into it with the dude G-Face, and you know, me and him had went and straightened that out, and like, boom, no problem. And the little cat out of Atlanta, I ain't gonna say his name. Me and him had a verbal back and forth, and I straightened that out. I'm like, okay. I said, well, look, I didn't kill it with G-Face. I didn't kill it with this cat out of Atlanta. I'm not studying Dewberry Bumpy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing. So when he showed up, though, he had said something about my mama. My mama's dead. So he had to, I had to have an apology for that. So we went cuz it was about 21 of us that went. They wanted to get backstage with me. I'm like, no, cuz I kill my own snakes. I don't need nobody, I ain't going back there for the drama. I say, even if it is the drama, I don't think them both together can whoop me, so I ain't tripping. So when I went back there, I seen Charles and I seen the people he was with. When I turned around, Dewberry was in back of me. So I'm like, oh, shoot, what's up? He was like, well, no, he said, well. I said, shoot, well. So he looking at me, I said, come on, let's go down here to this room. So we go down to the room, and I said, look, I ain't down here, on the site with you, none of that. I said, but you disrespected my mama, homie, my mama dead. I say, I need an apology for that. Now that was gonna be the bail. If he would not have given me the apology.
Stuff.
Yeah. If he would not have given me the apology, then you know what I'm saying, we'd have told tale right then and there. But when I told him that, he was like, oh yeah, you man told you so. He was like, man, look, I apologize for that, man. I don't even know why I was acting like that. I shouldn't even trip. And so when he did that, because I said some stuff back to him. So when he did that, I told him, I said, you're cool on me. I said, look, for whatever I said to you that might have been disrespectful, I apologize too. We ain't got no beef, we ain't got no problem. I said, but I could have easily not even showed up and just went on about my business and let them come in and do their show. But nah, I don't get down like that. We had a verbal problem on this internet. Now you in my city. No, I got to see you face to face. That's why I went. If I'm gonna straighten it out, we gonna straighten it out face to face. And that's how that went.
Okay, prior to that you had G-Face. What was that about?
That was a misunderstanding because I missed this text. He had made a video and he made the statement that the Mexicans run LA. Now you already know how, I'm gonna jump on that immediately. I'm gonna jump on that. So when he made it, I'm like, what, Mexicans run LA?
He not even a Mexican.
No, but he run with him, so he said that.
Armenian.
Right. Yeah. So when he said they run LA, I'm like, man, you SHIT and me, you tripping, homie. So I made a video again, man, y'all don't run nothing, homie. Whoa. And he had made a video, he was mad at Whack 100 for going to that clown American Cholo's house. And so he was like, talk about what he'd do, what they'd do, and boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. So I made a video against it. Cause y'all don't run LA, y'all woo, woo, wah, wah. He made a video behind that one, saying, big dog, what I'm saying? I ain't, no disrespect. I ain't got nothing to do with it, with you, me and you, we ain't got no problem, boom, boom, boom. And, he basically like smoothed it out, but I missed it. I didn't read the comment. I missed this comment. If I would have read that comment, I never would have made another video going at him some more because I'm not ignorant like that. You know what I'm saying? If you say something, I say something, and you let me know, hey, homie, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no thing. Then I'm the type, I don't run behind drama. I would have let it go. But because I missed it, I made another video going in on it. So that really gave him no choice but to defend himself and go back at me, because if you keep coming at me, I'm going to come back at you. And so that's how that went. And behind the scenes, he had kept, trying to get at me in my Instagram because he wanted to straighten it out. But I was on some, another little essay. I'm gonna say his name. I'm gonna say his channel. Blue Devil. Blue Devil reached out to me and was like, well, no. I said, man, no, he used that B word toward me, honey. Ain't no turning back. Ain't no coming back from that one. And then, but now come to find out, another brother named Tazo from Tazo TV, he got at me. G-Face had got at him. And he like, man, G-Face want to holler at you, man. He want to talk to you, man. And woo, woo, woo. I'm like, no, cuz that fool is da-da-da-da-da. He like, nah, it ain't like that. Just talk to him. So I finally went on and like, man, what's up, man? He like, man, big dog, man, I don't know why this and that going, this and that, this and that. He said, man, I ain't trying to trip with you. And he said, I said it then. I said, man, you ain't never said nothing to me. He said, go back and look in your comments. I go back and look at my comments on my video. I'm like, bang, there it is. Hey, big homie, you know, it ain't like that, man. It's woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I'm like, oh, man. I said, man, I found it, homie. He like, yeah, I was trying to tell you, man, I ain't trying to come at you like that. Wasn't nothing directed to you. I wasn't, but you kept coming at me, which I did. I said, you know what, homie? We finna kill this. You know what I'm saying? We finna kill this. I said, I'm gonna take a hit for it because you made a statement about what you said you did to my homie in the pen. I'm gonna take a hit from that. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna eat that hit. And so right then and there, you know, we killed it.
So, but what does he call himself doing when he showed up in 5 Trey? What was that? Because he...
No, you talking about 600 or G-Face?
One of them.
No, 600 showed up in the set.
Okay.
What that was, you know, I don't think 600 is as versed in this game world as a lot of us are.
He's unaware.
He doesn't. I don't think he understands the politics that what you did, homie, could have got your, you know what I'm saying, your head chopped off. He looking at it as a promotional stunt, YouTube stuff, this, that, and other. Okay, you know, homie, look, this YouTube thing, you got to walk a fine line, cuz you got to. You know what I'm saying? Because gang banging and YouTube don't get along. So when you got a foot in both worlds, you got to move a certain type way. You can't do and say anything you want to on this internet because in LA it's got repercussions and consequences because of our culture, because of how we move. You feel what I'm saying? And with him coming, he thought it was all right, but now he tried to call me 3 times that morning, but I didn't answer the phone because I didn't know his number. Like I told you, I don't answer calls that ain't even a call off. But he was calling me to ask me permission and ask me if it was all right. And if I would have got his call, I would have told him, no, cuz don't go on a set like that. But he thought he could just do it. It was all right. So, you know, it's going to pump it up for the fight. And he did that. Luckily, wasn't no homies there, called him, seen him, and all this and that. So, you know, I got on his head about it. His homies got from the set, got on hit from his set, got on his head. No, you can't do that. That's when he made the apology video, like, I don't mean no disrespect to the Avalons. I didn't boo. I was just doing this, and this. I'm like, all right, dummy, don't do that one no more, though, you know.
Do you think everybody understands that the streets died once everybody got on the internet?
I don't think everybody understands it. I don't think everybody understands it, but that's a true statement. You know what I'm saying? What is street now? With this social media, with this internet, what is street now? You know what I'm saying? Street and social media run hand in hand, you know? Any and everything everybody's saying, any and everything everybody doing, you know what I'm saying? They run into social media for the subs and views, you know what I'm saying? You know, clickbait and all this and that.
My next question was like, is it necessary that, I think rappers think it's necessary that the 2 things, that they have, in order to have a good rap career, they got to be from a section, and at the same time, they create beefs on the internet.
Man, you know what? I'm going to tell you, homie, all that ball into one. That rap mess, this social media mess, all that has inundated the street politics, the gang politics, you know what I'm saying? Rap music has taken over the world. That's what people, the gangbangers want to be the rappers now. They want to dress like the rappers. So, you know, them boys in Chicago put them little bitty clothes on and them little funny shirts and stuff. Now everybody want to do that. That's
what do you call them clothes?
Man, I don't know what they call them. I call it something I ain't going to put on.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
You know, but now we got to understand, though, time changes. It's only one thing in the history of the universe that will always remain the same. People say, they're going to remain the same. Yes, there's one thing that will always remain the same. And you know what that is? Change. Change will always come. It will always be what it is.
Whether you want to be a part of it or not. It's
exactly.
happening.
So, you know, times change, you know. I mean, you know, we can't expect, you know, the days of the homies that, you know what I'm saying, used to walk a certain way, talk a certain way, dress a certain way, they gone. You know, they gone. And, you know, it hurt me. It took me a while to learn to accept it. I've been out going on 6 years now, longest I've ever been out. But I've been out long enough now to just, you know, look at it like, hey, homie, it is what it is. But now, at the end of the day, you still got dudes running around with skinny jeans on that'll knock your top off. So, you know.
You think that part of being on the internet or being actually having success on the internet, you got to have some type of beat going. Is it? What do you think? What's your thoughts on that?
A lot of people think that way. If you're not charismatic or have nothing to talk about, you ain't talking about something that everybody want to hear, you ain't got no choice but to go start some mess.
Right, I agree with him.
You know, because I mean, it just ain't, you know, drama sells, mess sells. You know, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and that's just that. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. I mean, I think this interview was very necessary. By the way, let me give you your accolades, man. I think you're a very astute individual. You're charismatic. You're also very gangster orientated, and you also demonstrate gangsterism to the fullest. I think whatever a Crip looks like or supposed to be, you represent that 100%. I've never seen you deviate from that. And with that being said, I respect you as Big Cartoon for Fried Trade Avalon that has hit the internet waves in a way that a lot of people probably is jealous of, but at the same time, they gotta respect it because the way you do it is, I mean, it's spot on because I've seen you, how you transition and you moved up that ladder pretty quickly, and a lot of people was like, oh man, because a lot of people tune into cartoon, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. And a lot of your stories are very like they got a lot of detail to them, you know, not in detail to where somebody can pick it up because I think you understand there's a statute of limitation on most things except for murder, right?
Right.
So as long as you know how to walk into the framework of law and know what to say and what not to say, and don't never be a Keefy D, guys. Whoever's paying attention, don't never do a Keefy D interview. That's the most ridiculous thing you can do. So, but anyway, back to Fried Trade Avalon, Big Cartoon. You got anything to add to that? We got one more segment coming up, brother. We gonna be done.
Oh no, shoot, homie, let's ride.
Let's ride. With that being said, Professor Billy Mail, the Hood Postman, Big Cartoon, lock the door. Okay, now my last one, we're gonna talk about the difference between Alabama prison and California prison, and we're gonna talk about the four trades, the four deuces, four trades, and four sixes. How did that come together, or did that come together specifically because of what Fried Trade was doing over there?
Yeah, let's ride.
Okay.
Excuse. It's 4-8, not 4-6.
4-8. Okay. Thank you for that.
Get it right.
So let me get it. Four deuces.
4-8.
4-8. Okay, got it. And they call it a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause they ain't playing over here.
Okay.
Who ain't they? Who? Who ain't?
I'm just talking about them.
Oh, I thought you said the 4-pack ain't playing. I'm like, them busters.
We ain't playing over here.
So.
No, everybody here from Fried Trade, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to understand,
You seen how cartoon came in?
All of it.
I'm like, shit.
Okay, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Professor Belly Mail, the Hood Postman, back here with Big Cartoon. Cartoon, explain to me the difference between California prison and Alabama prison, because you experienced both.
Night and day. Alabama prison don't have nowhere near the type politics that a California prison has. First off, when I first went to Alabama prison, they didn't have no Mexicans. My crime partner was my homeboy No Good from 40 Avalon. When we first got in the county jail, they thought he was a white dude. They didn't know a Mexican. You know what? So they not gonna have the type, stuff that we have going on in Cali out that way. It's like 80% black, 20% white. Like I say, they got gangs. They got Crips, Bloods. They got Disciples, Vice Lords. They got all that. They have a mixture from the West Coast and from the Chicago area, the Midwest. It's just a lot different. You can get away with a lot more in an Alabama prison than you could in a California prison because they're not going to hold you to a certain type standard. Basically, everybody run around doing what they want to do, however they want to do it. My first couple of years there, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. I really was like, man, where am I at? Because, I'm just coming from Cali prison now going to y'all prison, and y'all got, what y'all had going on. It kind of threw me. It shook me for a minute.
You think that, you mentioned the GDs, BDs, and Vice Lords or whatever. I don't think they really fully take into account that, I'm going to say Los Angeles Crips and Bloods. We really don't care about that.
No.
And the way they function is the way they function. I know they got governors, lieutenants, generals, and all that different stuff. It is organized, but the way this Crip and Blood thing is something different from what they do.
Right.
And I'm gonna give you an example. You can go to Egypt, you can go to France, you can go to Africa, you can go to Japan even, and you're gonna find Crips and Bloods.
Exactly.
You're not gonna find GDs and BDs. I'm not taking nothing away from them. But what I'm saying is that the Crips and Blood cultures has an impact on the whole entire world, and that's through hip hop. Because no matter where hip hop is, I've seen Sexy Red throwing up her peas now, you know. But they have commercialized the Blood thing. That's without a doubt. What's your thoughts on that?
You pretty much wrapped it up. Like you say, because of like I was saying earlier, because of the rap game and the banging thing being all intertwined into one, nothing spreads information faster than music. Music is a universal language. It's gonna go all the way around the world. So whatever's coming out of a person's mouth and they put it on the airwaves, it's gonna inundate people's ears all day long. And like I say, nowadays the gang banging has been commercialized. You got fools that ain't never been to their set throwing up P's, B's, C's, and hollering about it, so everybody want to be a part of it. You know, it kind of started way back in the day when Snoop started putting that mess in Lil Bow Wow ear. He the first one jumped his little bitty butt on stage that wasn't from LA trying to crip walk. You know what I'm saying? You know, back then we was mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, these fools, man, what? So as it kept going and going and going, now it's like a big old commercial thing. So
How funny was it, man, when we saw Lil Wayne, Baby, and all them dudes wearing rags in the wrong pocket and doing them?
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was hilarious, right?
They just tried to take it. It was funny, yeah. It was kind of funny. It was funny, but in a way, you know what I'm saying, it made it, you know, hey man, that's why them all of a sudden they want to be blood. So now what youngsters hear on the radio, that's what they gonna want to be. They gonna want to be a part of it. So now Lil Wayne and Bird hollering they blood. So now everybody want to be a blood. Everybody want to be a blood. So it is what it is.
Okay.
But now you gotta factor in the movies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta factor in all the movies they make about LA. Like you were saying, the difference between Crips and Bloods and Disciples and Vice Lords is they weren't as publicized as we were. We became popular. The world wanted to know what a Crip was. The world wanted to know what a Blood was. They making videos, movies about Crips and Bloods. They not making movies and videos about Disciples and all that. So, you know, they was on the back burner to the world. The world didn't hear about them. They heard about us. So when they would hear about it, you got white boys, Mexicans, you got Asians everywhere around the world like, man, I want to do that. That look cool. They picked it up and ran with it.
They just don't know how rough that life is. My son just recently completed this movie. It's coming out February the 2nd on Peacock. It's going to be called Bosco True Story, where he dropped out of school at 13 and also he did a robbery on Orly Hydraulics and was sentenced to life in youth authority. And then he got out from there and he got a federal case with 1,400 pounds of marijuana, received a 35-year sentence. While he broke out of federal prison, maximum security with the camera in the cell, all that, twice. And they just, in this movie come out.
He wanted his freedom.
Yeah. And I think I'm just saying it because it's reflect our culture once again. Back to what we were talking about. It's part of our culture.
We're gonna be back.
Okay. He was a Crip, right? Mm-hmm. Copy Crip, but at the same time, you know how we do it, man. Crip business, Crip business. When the Crips ride, they ride, and the Bloods ride, they ride. So not taking anything from anyone. But I want to get back to Fortray, Photos, Fortray, and 4A. What was that dynamic about where the Avalons, you guys, for whatever, I don't know, I don't even know how they interpret it, but I think you guys didn't get along for quite some time.
And still don't. I gotta answer these. You know, get my mind right because I'm a little bit different from most when it comes to that topic. That's what I kind of skip that topic when a lot of people ask me that because I might say the wrong thing out of my mouth. But anyway,
well, take your time and put it in the right perspective.
They used to be before Photos and a 4A was even heard of, when it was just 5 trays and 4 trays. We was down with each other. We was cool. You know what I'm saying? You had 5 tray Avalon GCs. You had 4 tray Avalon GCs. We was really joined at the hip with each other. as time went on, like 1979, the four trades and the five new Broadways went to war. Matter of fact, they went to war before the A-Trade gangsters in the 60s went to war. A lot of people didn't know about it. But anyway, when they went to war, at that time, the Broadways used to come to South Park a lot. Now, when the four trades would come down and kick with us, the Broadways would jump on them because in 79, the Broadways was strong. The four trades weren't. So they would jump on them and they kept looking at us for like, man, we both Avalons, we both trades and woo. And, basically why y'all won't help. Now, you had some homies that wanted to, I ain't gonna even lie, back then, me being one. And, but, like I say, you follow protocol. You follow what the older homies say do, and that's what you do. And so that's when they adopted the mentality that they did not want to be Avalons no more. Okay, well, y'all ain't down with us. Y'all ain't riding with us. Well, we don't want to be, all right, so they abdicated. They let it go. They went through years of wondering if they was going to be East Coasters or this, be that. They had come up with San Pedro and Money Village Crips, and they had all type of little funny names. So they finally settled on Full Trade Gangsters. All right, cool. As time went on, we've always been deeper than them. From the late 70s on up, it was always more five trades than them. About 82, 83, Bertrand got out and started Third World. Dope click. Now you already know where there's money, there's women. Where there's women, there's dudes. So they started getting bigger. Their recruitment started coming up. So that's when they adopted the attitude, well, you know what I'm saying, we four trades, they five trades. Why they got all these streets in the 40s, you know what I'm saying? Five trade run from Vernon to Slauson. So that's like saying we go from 45th all the way to 58. All that's ours. So now, you know what I'm saying, they getting a big head because they getting a little money getting up on themselves, want to realize, man, you know what, we want 4-6, 4-7, and 4-8. Always been our streets. So now, little stuff started happening. They had more young homies than we had at the time. So now they start tripping. We start seeing on the wall, 4 trade dash, 6, 7, 8. We tripped on that. They been talking about, homie, you know what I'm saying? Then they come across Vernon, they start setting up shops, selling dope on 47th Street. You know what I'm saying? At the time, homies didn't, really pay a lot of attention to it. And boom, boom. As it went on, they start thinking that, oh, they better than us. They getting a big head. So, little verbal clashes. Then the fisticuffs started, you know what I'm saying? We taking the homies down there to Gilbert Lindsay because they ain't never brought up nothing down to South Park. We would pile the homies in cars and take them down there to Gilbert Lindsay because the youngsters was getting into it. The old heads was still trying to man, y'all need to raise up off that. And, we'd let them fight, try to let them get it out and, whatever. But now, of course, that didn't do nothing but make it worse. That started enhancing the hate. Till one day, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we did it first or they did it first. I'm under the impression they did it first. You know what I'm saying? They'll write 5 tray and put a line through the 5. That's basically like whacking the set out, but at the time, the respect we had for the tray, we wasn't gonna cross the tray out. So, the homies started writing 43 and crossing the 4 out. Of course, you know what I'm saying, that ain't nothing but a prelude to war. And it happened. You know what I'm saying? This like last year, this 2024, this is our 31st year of being at war with them clowns with them. From, I say 93 all the way till now. You know what I'm saying? There's been a whole lot of deaths, whole lot of this, whole lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Then the 4 Deuces came out. They down there with them. So now they want to ride with them and be with them. As time went on, here come the 4-8s. Now when the 4-8s first turned out, they want to be Avalons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their four founding fathers was from Avalon. So they want to be there. But now the homies didn't want to let them be 4-8 Avalon. They said, you got to claim 5 trade or not be nothing. So they like, well, bump it. You know what I'm saying? We finna go over here with the 4 trades and the 4 Deuces. Little murders came from behind that. You know what I'm saying? Now they hollering 4-pack. You know what I'm saying? Because they always been close with the coasters. Coasters down there hollering 6-pack. So now they want to holler 4-pack. All right, whatever pack you want to be. It's war. It was on. Back and forth. Back and forth. A lot of people don't know how detrimental that war was, and probably will always be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been
a lot of hostility, a lot of death,
it's a lot of that.
A lot of violence.
Some homies, I ain't gonna lie, some homies don't look at it as much as some. It's been going on so long, but them being at a close proximity to us, you know what I'm saying? Some homies rub elbows, some homies can see it, see them and not trip, you know what I'm saying? But on both sides. But then you got homies on both sides that can't stand them, gonna hate them, and ain't gonna never like them.
And that's the name of that tune. Not cartoon, but tune. talk to me about the hand guys and the thinkers. Who were the hand guys of the 5 trades?
Of my generation,
In all generations, it don't matter.
well, I can't speak on the younger
Okay.
generation because I was gone a lot. So
Okay,
you know,
give me
get out.
the ones that you know.
That I know,
Yeah.
and that's not him. That one,
They gonna say him.
my homeboy A-Lo. You know what I'm saying?
Hand God, they low.
Gonna get down. You feel me? Saying good and good with it. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's from the younger generation. But I'm you know, speaking back on my generation, we had some, and I can, you know, I was not one of them. We used to have a game called Pick Up the Blu-ray.
Let me get a Halo. Can I get you Halo?
One time, yeah. For sure.
That's Halo over there, y'all. Okay, over there with Rennie Loki.
And the homie Tiny Bo and Lil X-Con.
There they go, 5 tray. In the easy.
The homie Smurf, Nacho, Colorado. Okay, you know what I'm parts of that. But anyway, back when I was growing up, we used to have that. You know, they don't play it no more. We used to have a game called Pick Up the Blu-ray, and we used to be in the park. You know what I'm saying? A homie would just come up with the rag. You know, they don't wear rags no more. But you know, back during our time, you couldn't come out the house without that true game paraphernalia on. Rag got to be straight, khakis got to be creased,
Everything gotta
got to
be
look
together.
nice. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? With the taps on Stacy's and all that. You
Gotta
already
be creased and starched
you
and
know how it
straight
was.
and
'Cause, you know,
yeah.
we had that game code
Yeah.
back there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Guys to cripple to it fuller. But anyway,
Right.
I'm calm down. So,
Yeah, you just jump back in, cartoon.
yeah. So, you know, a homie might come up with a rag and drop it on the ground like, "Cuz, come on." So everybody around, if you pick it up, you finna get rushed by everybody. You got to get down and hold that rag for as long as you can before you drop it back down. And we used to play it now at that time. I used to be a little fat, chubby dude. You know what I'm saying? I pick it up because I had to, but I ain't gonna even lie. In the back of my mind, I'm like, dang, I'm finna get socked up. My little short arm fat self. You know what I'm saying? So we had a homie named Tiki, my homie Tiki, man. Love him to death. I was just with him last night. Man, you didn't want to stand in front of him, homie. You did not want to stand in front of him. That man was so fast, it don't make no sense. I remember in White, man, he knocked the fool out standing up, sleep. And when Tiki would pick the blue rag, I make sure I got in back of everybody. I'm like, I'm gonna run up on him last. Cause if you know, homies don't notice if you ain't get down when that rag get dropped. They gonna front you cause you don't ever want to get down. Woo, 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 woo. So, you know, I'm like, I used to wait, you know what I'm saying? Homie like Killer D or somebody, or Soup or somebody, one of the homies pick it up. I'm gonna get punched up, but I get in there, do what I had to do, and Herb get on up out of there. But yeah, like, I'm gonna say Tiki, Tiki. I didn't know nobody from the set that could whoop him back when we was younger. The fool Hitman, you know what I'm saying? He no longer here. He was a knockout artist, believe it or not. Oh man, let me think. That was real good from the shoulder. Oh, the homie Demon. You know what I'm saying? Demon was a monster. We had a few though. We had a few. But for me to give it to the homie Tiki, hands down. You know what I'm saying?
Tiki.
Yeah.
And for those he didn't mention, it wasn't personal. He just didn't remember you at the time, so don't take it personal if you didn't get mentioned. He know you there. You know you there.
Right.
Okay. So who are the thinkers? There's always thinkers in every neighborhood. There's all dudes that just like, man, the way they see things, you just like, man, can't go. We got to go with this plan. That's it.
You know what? Coming up in my generation, in my era of banging, coming up, we didn't know who the thinkers were because at that time it was different demographics, different dynamics. We all moved the same. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of looked the same, walked the same, talked the same, act the same. So as far as the thinking go, if one came up, man, we finna go. At the time, and Jeff used to have sports night on Friday. They don't have it no more. So you know what I'm saying? If one person come up with Friday back in the day, like late 70s, early 80s, homies like, come on, cuz, we finna go up to Jeff sports night, fight with the villains. Everybody immediately wasn't nothing to think about. Okay, cuz, boom.
That's
so
happening.
it might have been the homie K Stone. That was my homie Bull Capone, big brother. He had a lot of rank in the set back then. So Stone might have said, come on, cuz, let's go over to Jeff, fight the villains and the outlaws. Okay, cool. You ain't gotta ask twice. Here we all go. Ain't no, well, cuz, I'm finna go this way. No, here we all go. So as far as thinking, you didn't kind of figure that out till after, we in juvenile hall, YA, and did a little time and got back out and realized now, you listen a little bit more. Cause I kind of realized like my homie Crazy Ray, that's why I used to be, me and Ray, we offset each other. Whereas I just get mad and shoot you where you stand cause you looked like I didn't like you. Ray was like, no, cuz, no, let that go. No, not right now. You know what I'm saying? Ray was the type, that'll lay in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, first time I laid in the bushes, you know, I can say that a little much. I ain't gonna get no trouble. First time I, you know, laid in the bushes 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on the floor. I'm like, dang, cuz I'm trying to, cause my legs hurt, man. He gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? We know he coming from the club. My legs hurt. Just stay in the bush. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we finally got cuz. You know, I don't think like that. I'm the type, let's kick his door in and just shoot him and whatever else. But you know, Ray was a thinker like that. The homeboy Diamond was a thinker. You know, well, we had a few, but as far as me being to no, the thinkers, it just wasn't a lot of thought being into a lot of stuff back then.
Got it. With that being said, Professor Belly Mill, big cartoon53, lock the door. Lock the door, cartoon.
Man, go ahead and lock it, homie. In the East Side Avalon Gangsters, y'all know what's happening. South Park.
Lock it.
Brought that energy out of you, huh? Hell yeah.
So I just need to get.
So, y'all all right, man? Man, I'm glad y'all make it, huh? So y'all going to the Eagle one with me? The Eagle. Okay, cool. Then from there we gotta
All
go.
about that.
What's that? What's
Let me
that?
tell you about this.
With Munchie.
Can nobody tell me nothing?
Okay, let them know.
Think about the Hood Postman and interview. Give me 1 minute.
Oh shoot, homie.
Hold on.
Okay.
Professor Belly Mill, Hood Postman, cartoon. What you think about the Hood Postman as interview we just got on?
Man, I liked it, man. It was one of the better interviews. You know what I'm saying? I like your channel. I respect your channel. I always listen to you because you spit a lot of game and you put a lot of history out there for the homies. So I love this one, homie. That's why I went out my way when I got back to LA. You know, you was one of the first person I wanted to get in contact because you know what I'm saying. I've been wanting to get on here with you. So you know, it's all love.
Okay, go ahead and give it up to him. Where you from?
Man, you already know where I'm from. Homie. I'm from that East Side Avalon Gangster crib, 53rd Street, original South Park boy. You already know I'm.
Oh, there it is. Lock the door. Thank you, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Great. Man, it's been an honor and a pleasure, man. I appreciate you dropping in, man. And you know, it's been a long time because we've been planning on doing this.
Right.
And now that it's happened, I feel really good about it because you definitely gave one of the strongest interviews that I ever had. I'm gonna say that right off hand. There's only a few people who can reach that level of interview because you never waved off or fell off in your conversation. Mm-hmm. You had information. Every question you had information. You didn't run from it. You ran to it, as Bam would say.
Right.
So with that being said, man, thank you very much. Let's do it again. All I can say, man, I'll come up with some more questions.
Homie. You already know. Shoot.
Bye.
You know I'm gonna be with Slick at 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Slick. I should
If you should show up about 4:30.
Let me get a couple of pictures.
We gonna be there. Yeah, I gotta get these pictures, cuz.